Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning to all. I'm done with what?
Offer. Offer.
Essential of valid offer.
Essentials of offer.
Essentials of valid offer.
Types of offer.
Is that
Valid offer.
essentials of a valid offer, and what are the different types of offer also we have done.
Yes.
So someone, when I was about to close the class, he asked me what is the meaning of this standing offer. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So this is a work which I'm giving to you because it's not like a one-way communication. No? Even you are going to be law students, you need to participate in the like what we are discussing. You just tell me what is the meaning of the standing offer. It's not like listening what we are telling. You have to do some work from your side also. What is the meaning of standing offer? You just study and tell me. Those who ask the question, huh?
The offer that will never change, ma'am. The
Ma'am,
conditions of it.
An offer from a potential supplier to provide goods and services at pre-arranged prices.
Can you please repeat me?
Ma'am,
Huh?
an offer from a potential supplier to provide goods and services at pre-arranged prices.
At a pre-arranged prices. It's a standing offer. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are the one who asked this question.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, it's a definition of something, an offer which remains open for acceptance over a period of time is called a standing offer. So, just you have not discussed about anything about standing offer.
Okay. But you got the answer for that question, no?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Okay. If anything is there, because it's not possible that in one book, the book from where I'm referring, only the offers which I have discussed, those offers are there. Because it's like a law. In number of books, they will keep on adding. If you get if you get something which we have not discussed, it's okay that you discuss with classmates. No need to ask that question. Okay, you just send me a message that you want to discuss on this one. Just open up and discuss that with your friends so that everyone can know what is the standing offer it means. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as we have done with what is the meaning of a contract, what is an agreement of a contract, what are the essentials of a valid contract, and what are the different types of contracts are there: implied, express, valid, void, voidable, enforceable, non-enforceable, and what are the another one? Basing on the performance, unilateral, bilateral, executed, executory,
Illegal contract.
different types of the contracts which we have done, as well as what is the meaning of an offer and what are the essentials of a valid offer. Okay. So till there we have done with the Contract Act 1. We have done it. Okay, clear with that? Any doubts from the topics which we have completed so far? What happened to you? No one is responding. Rajeshwari?
No, ma'am.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts,
So
ma'am.
that I'm expecting something from you. Okay, if no doubt, so that I can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. No doubts.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the acceptance. We have done with offer, as I told you in the introduction classes only, that whatever the essentials which we are going to discuss, like offer, acceptance, consideration, what is the meaning of free consent, what is the meaning of legality of object, each and every essentials, as we are going to discuss as like a separate chapters. I told or not? Each and every essential of a valid contract which we discussed in section 10, we are going to discuss that as a separate chapter. So we have done with offer. Then the next topic is acceptance. After offer only acceptance will come now. After acceptance, sorry, after offer plus acceptance plus consideration makes what?
Agreement.
Agreement. Offer plus acceptance plus consideration makes an agreement. So second chapter is like the topic is acceptance. So what is the meaning of this acceptance means? Mr. A gave an offer to Mr. B that he wants to sell his car for 10,000 rupees. Mr. A makes an offer to Mr. B that he wants to sell his car for 10,000 rupees. So here, who is the offerer?
A, ma'am.
Mr. A.
Okay, Mr. B is called.
Offering.
So, Mr. B, if Mr. B says to the Mr. A, yes, I'm ready to purchase your car, second-hand car for 10,000 rupees. So, this is known as an acceptance. Acceptance is nothing but Section 2, Clause B. Yes or no, Rajeshwari? Section 2?
Yes. Section 2, clause B, acceptance.
Clause B is discussing the definition of acceptance. Acceptance is nothing but when the person, acceptance is nothing but the person to whom the offer is made, the person to whom the. Ali, please.
Ma'am, lot of disturbance is coming.
Yes, going So the person to whom the offer is made, if he signifies his assent, to the offer, the offer is said to be accepted. What is the meaning of this one? Meaning of this one is nothing but if Mr. A makes an offer to Mr. B, if Mr. B says, yes, I'm ready to accept the offer which you have made, means yes, I'm ready to buy your car for 10,000 rupees. So here he's giving his assent to the offer. So that assent is known as an acceptance. And this is
Can
the
you repeat
definition.
once, ma'am? Definition?
Huh?
Definition, can you repeat once?
When the person to whom the offer is made signifies his assent thereto, means he is giving his assent.
What, madam? Signifies?
His assent, ASSENT. Signifies his assent. Assent means giving the acceptance, saying yes.
It's nothing
Signifies
but
his
acceptance.
assent. Huh?
Yeah, it's nothing but acceptance.
Yes, it is nothing but acceptance. Assent thereto. The offer is said to be accepted. I'm repeating the definition once again. When the person to whom the offer is made signifies his assent thereto, comma, the offer is said to be accepted. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
So this is Section 2, Clause B is talking about this definition. Now come to what are the essentials of a valid acceptance. Valid acceptance means, as yesterday we have discussed about essentials of a valid offer. Offer means when one person is giving an offer, we have discussed some essentials.
Yes.
Offer should be in that way only. Offer should be communicated to the offeree.
Madam, please can you mute?
Vague. It should be reliable. It should be what it is called. It should be something which we can do the work, and it should be communicated.
Yes, ma'am.
Voice is not clear, madam.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Switch off your videos. Otherwise, I'll leave the class. I'm telling. Switch off your videos.
Babu King, please.
Switch off it is disturbing the entire group.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
So, yesterday as we have discussed some essentials of a valid offer, same way, they offer called as a valid.
Madam, this is only a voice video, madam. I mean to say, we can't see the lecturer.
Huh? Who is this? Who is this?
Ma'am, I guess he is a new student, ma'am.
Why you want to see us? If you want to see us, come to the physical classes. Okay?
Madam, sorry, madam. I am first time using this app, so I'm not understanding anything. I'm really sorry. I'm just asking you to, can we? Okay, madam. Okay. Sorry, madam. Please continue, madam. Sorry.
So what we were discussing about the essentials of a valid offer yesterday. Same way, don't disturb in the middle, please. Today we are going to discuss about the essentials of a valid acceptance. Okay, valid acceptance means it is telling that if any acceptance, the person who is giving acceptance, at the time of acceptance, even he has to follow certain rules, or otherwise we can call even he has to follow certain conditions. If we follow those conditions, then only the acceptance is said to be a valid acceptance. Okay?
So he has to follow certain terms and conditions.
Yes, exactly. See, what is the meaning of this valid offer, valid contract, valid acceptance? It is nothing but at the time of contract, you are entering into a contract, there are certain conditions. If you follow those conditions, then only your contract is set a valid contract. If you are giving an offer, you have to follow certain conditions. Then only your offer is set to be a valid offer. Same way, if one person offer is giving his acceptance, even he has to follow certain conditions. He has to follow these conditions. Then only the acceptance is called valid acceptance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And now we are going to discuss what are the essentials of a valid acceptance. One by one we will discuss. Wait a minute, only 1 minute. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
So first thing, as I told you that we are going to discuss about the conditions. We can call them as the essentials of a valid acceptance. So the first one is acceptance must be absolute, unconditional and unqualified. Acceptance must be absolute, unconditional, unqualified. So what is the meaning of this one? The meaning of this one is, for example, Mr. A makes a proposal to Mr. B. He makes an offer to Mr. B that I want to sell my car for 1 lakh rupees. Imagine. So it is an offer. It is an offer by Mr. A to Mr. B. So Mr. B, he said that yes, I'm ready to purchase your car, but I'm ready to purchase for 80,000. I'm ready to purchase. He said accept. He seems like that he accepted to the proposal. He said that I'm ready to buy your car, and that not for 1 lakh rupees, but for 80,000 rupees. So yesterday I told you, when
Cross
one
offer.
person makes an offer, if the other party change the terms, it is called
Cross off.
offer, not crossover. Crossover with the same terms.
Counter. Sorry. Counter offer.
So whenever the counter offer is made, no, the original offer lose its validity. The original offer means the offer from the Mr. A that he want to sell his car for 1 lakh rupees. Automatically, when other party is making a counter offer, the original offer lose its validity. It is going to there is no validity for the original offer. Okay, so it is not a valid acceptance. It is not a valid acceptance. When one person, see, that depends again. That depends, as we have discussed yesterday. That depends on the offerer. If he can accept the offer. He can sell his car for 80,000. Or otherwise, simply he can say that I'm not ready for your acceptance because I don't want to sell my car to you. Someone is ready to buy my car for 1 lakh rupees. So my offer is like cancelled. My offer is cancelled. So there is two options. But we are talking from the offeree side, no? That is clearly telling that when one person makes an offer, if you are ready to accept the offer, you have to accept the offer unconditional. You cannot put any condition to the offer. You cannot put any condition. And it should be unqualified. Unconditional, unqualified, both are same term. You cannot change the terms of offer. You have to accept it as it is made by the offerer. Clear?
The offeree cannot change the terms and conditions of the offer which is provided or given by the aid.
You
Right?
are ready to give the acceptance, give it as it is.
Like
Okay.
a purchase in supermarket.
Yes. If you are going to change the terms, no, automatically the original offer will lose its validity. Means the original offer, there is no validity for the original main offer. Now you will become the offerer from your side because you are changing the terms. That's a
Madam,
different thing.
absolute,
The party
absolute and unconditional agree. But what is the meaning of unqualified here?
Unqualified is also, as I told you just now, I told you, unqualified is nothing but unconditional, without any conditions.
Okay.
Another term for unconditional. If you
Okay.
if you put any condition, that is called means you are adding the condition. It's a acceptance, qualified acceptance. Unconditional, unqualified, both are it's like synonyms. They are
Okay.
like the synonyms.
Okay.
There is no
Thank-
difference. The meaning is same only.
Thank you.
Okay. Unconditional, unqualified, both are same terms. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the second one is the acceptance must be communicated with the offerer. The acceptance must be communicated with the offerer. See, who is an offerer?
The person who gives the proposal.
Exactly. Offerer is nothing but the person who gave you the proposal. You are giving acceptance. Okay? You are giving acceptance. Which man should follow? You are giving acceptance. So when you are giving the acceptance, communicate your acceptance to the party. So how does he know that you have accepted? Yes or no? See what happened. We will discuss one case now. Brockton versus MP Railway Company. This is the case. This is the case where one company wrote a letter to the another company. Wrote a letter to the other company. What is the letter? Actually, they sent a draft agreement. They send a draft agreement means the agreement which is not final. Only first they will prepare the draft, and what they will do generally, the companies will send the draft agreement to the other company, to the director of the
Corrections.
company. Okay, for corrections. If you want, you can make the corrections. Okay, so the director, he has gone through that draft agreement. He was ready because he accepted with every terms. He was ready to purchase the material from the company. So on the draft agreement, he put the stamp like approved. Means once it is approved, the main document is going to be prepared by the solicitor. The like other company advocate will prepare the main original contract. So before that, the draft has to be approved without any changes. So this director, what he has done, he has gone through the terms of the contract. He gave his approval. So after affixing that approval, he kept that agreement in his desk. In his the desk will be there now where he will sit. So actually, he was supposed to send the agreement to the solicitor of the other company, to the advocate, so that he can prepare the main contract. But he gave the approval. He kept that in his desk only, and he forgot to send the draft agreement to the advocate of the other company. So now tell me, when you have accepted, because you have accepted the proposal, yes or no, you are ready to, you are giving your approval for the company to send the material. But after giving the approval, you have forgotten, you just did not send a message to the other company. So how does the other company know that you are approved, that you are ready to deal with the company? So that's why the Contract Act 1870 is clearly telling that if you are giving your acceptance, communicate that information to whom? The person who makes an offer. That is nothing but offerer. Clear?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you think that, if you forgot to send or otherwise, whatever they think that you need to do, if you do not do, that is means even though you give acceptance, but if no communication, how the person will know? How can he do the further work? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Able to follow now? Any disturbance?
No, madam.
Okay.
There is a background noise, ma'am.
Background voice that we cannot avoid because two classes are simultaneously, 2 or 3 classes are going in our computer lab. Other places we are not getting the connection. Only it is the place where we are getting connection and we are taking the classes.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
We have issues like systems are not working or it's not supporting, the internet is not supporting at other places. So 6th semester, 3rd semester classes are going on simultaneously. concentrate on what we are discussing. Shall I proceed? You are able to follow
Yeah,
clearly,
ma'am,
Anna?
please.
Parvati garu.
Yes, madam.
So the third condition, what is the third condition? Acceptance must be in the prescribed mode and prescribed manner. Prescribed mode and prescribed manner. See, all of you, please switch off your mute mics.
Not
Other side.
here, madam.
Bolo King.
So just remove him out of the group. Who can do that? See, it's your duty when you are joining the classes, you are not supposed to disturb yourself and as well as others. If you are not interested, you can leave the group, not an issue. Okay, so the third one is acceptance must be in the prescribed mode and prescribed manner. It's a what the act is telling. If the person who is making an offer, if he is clearly telling to the offeree that if you want to give your acceptance, you have to follow the mode which I am telling. For example, I make an offer to my friend. Imagine I want to sell my spectacles to my friend. Or otherwise, imagine I want to sell my pen to my friend for 100 rupees. So I told her that my cell is not working. My cell, I have some problem with my cell. If you are ready to purchase my pen, just give me your acceptance. By sending me an email. So what I am telling her, I am giving an offer as well as along with the offer, I'm giving the instructions that which method or which mode that she has to follow to give her acceptance. Because as I told that at present my cell, I don't have the cell, or otherwise my cell is not working. I cannot see your acceptance through a cell. So that's why I told to send me an email. So when the offerer is clearly prescribing the mode of acceptance, he is clearly telling the mode of acceptance, it is a duty of the offeree to send the acceptance in that mode only. So what what happens? My friend, I told you to send her a email, but she sent me a WhatsApp message. Tell me, is it a valid acceptance?
No, ma'am.
No.
It's not a valid acceptance because along with the acceptance, I told her which mode she has to follow to convey her acceptance. When I told something, she is supposed to follow the same thing. So this is what, if any mode is not prescribed, if no mode is prescribed, there is no problem. You can convey your message in any way. That is accepted. But when the mode is prescribed, the act is clearly telling that the acceptance should be conveyed in such mode only, which has been prescribed by the offerer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So how many essentials so far we have done?
Three, madam.
First one is what?
Absolute.
Acceptance must be absolute, unconditional, unqualified.
Yes. Second one?
The
Acceptance must be
acceptance must be communicated.
Clear communication.
To the offerer only. Okay.
Yeah.
If you are accepted, just send a message to the person. How the person will know? So it should be communication should be given to the offerer. Next one.
Prescribe the manner.
Acceptance must be in the prescribed mode and prescribed manner.
So Mr. A gave an offer to Mr. B to send his horse to Mr. B and said that if you are ready to accept the offer, send me a telegram. So what happened? Mr. B sent his son to give his acceptance. So it is not a valid acceptance. You have to follow the mode which has been prescribed. So simply terms, if mode is not prescribed, give your acceptance the way that you want. If mode is prescribed, then you have to follow that. Okay?
This third condition mostly happens in the application submissions through courier and postal conditions.
Exactly. If mode is prescribed, it means that later on they will get a chance. It's not a chance. They will have the right to reject the offer. Simply they can reject.
Yes,
They can
ma'am.
say that we have prescribed a mode through which we are supposed to receive the acceptance. So you have not sent the acceptance in such a mode. So now we are not accepting your offer like acceptance. We will not accept it. you should follow the method which is prescribed by us. That's it. Okay?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
The next one. The proposal, see, this is very, very important. The proposer cannot prescribe the method of refusal. It means that, see, what is the meaning of this one? You can tell the person that you have to send me your acceptance through email. I can tell the person I have a right because I'm an offerer. I can tell to my friend that if you are accepted to purchase my pen, send me an email. I have a right. But I cannot tell my friend, if you do not send an email, I will assume that you have accepted. I will assume that you have accepted. So, see, if you are silent, if you are not doing something, you can prescribe the mode, but you cannot assume if you do not something, I will treat that as your acceptance. See, you cannot put any negative conditions. You can put a positive condition. You can ask her to do something. So you can ask her to follow the prescribed mode, but you cannot tell her. But if you are not going to follow that mode, I will treat that you have given your acceptance. I will see. For example, I'll tell. If Mr. A told to Mr. B, send me your acceptance through Telegram. Mr. A makes an offer to Mr. B, send me a Telegram. So what he's telling, he can prescribe the mode. He can tell him to follow the Telegram only, but he cannot put the condition that if you do not send your mail, if you do not send your acceptance, through WhatsApp, I will treat that you have accepted to the proposal. So you can tell him which mode he has to follow, but you cannot tell him that if you will follow another mode, I will treat that as an accepted. How can you treat that as an accepted? See, you can put positive something, but you cannot treat his some other mode he's following. You cannot treat that as an acceptance. That kind of condition. For example, one more example I'll tell. If I tell to my friend, give me, I want to sell my pen. Give me your response within 3 days. Give me your response within 3 days. Okay, this is accepted. But if I tell to my friend, if you are within 3 days, if you will not respond, I will assume that you have accepted to my proposal. I will assume that you accepted your proposal. So the act is telling, you are able to understand, no?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
This point is from the offerer point of view, not from the offeree point of view. The offerer can put the conditions related to the prescribed mode, but he cannot tell that if you do not follow that, or otherwise if you do that, I will treat that as an acceptance. So such kind of conditions are not allowed in case of acceptance. He cannot treat that as an acceptance. He cannot tell that your mere silence is also accepted. Mere silence is accepted. So such kind of proposals will come from the offerer. The offer itself is not a valid offer. So this is not only from offer acceptance. This is also from offerer point. He is prescribing that. See, this is a continuation of your third point. What is your third point? The offerer, if he prescribes any mode, the offeree has to follow that mode. Yes or no? But the act is telling the offerer cannot put any negative conditions. He cannot tell that if you are silent, if you are not giving your response within 3 days, I will treat that as an acceptance. The act is telling it is not an acceptance at all. If the offerer will think that is an acceptance, but the act is telling that it is not a valid acceptance.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello? The proposer cannot prescribe the method of refusal. He cannot prescribe the method of refusal. He can prescribe the method of acceptance. Itna acceptance is chepochu. But he cannot prescribe the method of refusal. If you want to give your refusal, that is your wish. If you want to give your refusal, the offeree will give the refusal. But don't tell him which method he has to follow to give the acceptance. But don't tell the method which he has to follow for refusal. Rajeshwari?
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat?
Ma'am, can you repeat, please?
As I told you, the offerer can prescribe the method of acceptance, but the offerer cannot prescribe the method of refusal. He cannot prescribe the method of refusal. You can tell him which method he has to follow for acceptance, but you don't tell him, if you do that thing, I will treat that.
Hello, madam. Please can you mute? Thank you, madam.
What are
Yeah, ma'am, continue. No, I wasn't able to hear you because he was on unmute. I can hear you.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So, simple terms, only one thing you understand, don't get confused. He can prescribe the method of acceptance, but he cannot prescribe the method of refusal. That's it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, got it.
Next
అంటే
one.
మౌనం అంగీకారం అనుకోకూడదు.
You search, you just go through the examples, you just go through the book and this is the point which is actually not there. From my side, I have added this point from another book so that I thought the essentials will become more. That's why. Don't get serious. The main point is he can prescribe the mode. That is very important. Okay?
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, can I give an example, ma'am? Can I give an example on this, ma'am?
Next one. Hello? I already gave the example. Hello? Next
Okay,
one.
ma'am.
An offer once rejected. Write it down. An offer once rejected. An offer once rejected cannot be accepted. Once rejected cannot be accepted until it is offered by the offerer. Until it is offered by the offerer. Understood? An offer once rejected cannot be accepted until it is resumed, or rather we can call it is offered by the offerer. Until it is offered by the offerer. I'll tell you what is the meaning of it. So here what happened? Mr. A told to Mr. B that I want to sell my machine. I want to sell my machine for 10,000 rupees. It may be sewing machine for 10,000 rupees. Okay, so Mr. B, he said, I am ready to purchase your machine for 8,000 rupees. So is it a valid acceptance?
No.
No, ma'am.
It's not a valid acceptance. So simply Mr. A, what he did not tell anything. So means if he is ready to sell for 8,000, he would have sold for 8,000. He would have replied. He was silent. It means that he is ready to sell the machine to another person. For 10,000 only he wants to sell. Okay. So tell me, the offer is closed or not?
Yes, it is closed.
Present
Yes, it is closed.
Yes, it is closed.
Later on, after 1 week, again, Mr. B wrote a letter to Mr. A. Okay, I want to buy your machine, like sewing machine, for 10,000 only. Now I am ready to buy. You are not selling for 8,000 now. I am ready to buy 10,000. So how for what you are giving the acceptance? First he gave you the offer for 10,000. You gave him counter offer. Either he can accept or reject. He simply rejected your he is rejected and he is ready to sell his machine to some other person. From your side, your chance is over. Once you change the terms, your chance is over. Offer is closed. Again, after 1 week, if you are writing him again that I'm ready to buy your machine for 10,000, means to whom you are giving the acceptance. Understanding? You are able to follow now? To whom you are giving the acceptance. Offer is already over. He is ready to sell to some other person. Now you cannot give the acceptance for the offer which is already over until see, during this what in this only gap only you think what was the offer actually for 10,000 rupees. What is this person said? This person said for 8,000 rupees. So imagine offer is over. After 1 week, again Mr. A wrote to letter to Mr. B. Okay, no problem. You are my friend only now. So I am ready to sell my this for 8,000 rupees. Okay, then you can give the acceptance, or otherwise inkoka chance kuda undi. Mr. A can tell to Mr. B, I understand. Actually, outside this cost is 15,000, but I'm reading this, selling this for 10,000. Don't see for 2,000 rupees. Purchase. It's a good machine. That's what I'm telling. So if he will give the fresh offer, then only you can give the acceptance. Once the first offer is over, closed, this offeree cannot give the acceptance for the offer which is already over. Okay?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
అర్థమైందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Simple terms. An offer once rejected. Once you reject the offer, you made a counter offer, means the offer is rejected. You have rejected. Yes or no? If you accepted, you would have been ready to buy for 10,000 rupees. Once you change the terms, it means you are not accepting. You rejected. So once you reject for the same offer, once it is closed, you cannot give acceptance unless it is again offered by the offerer. Let him to offer. Then only give the acceptance. But don't give the acceptance for the offer which is already rejected. That's it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So how many we have discussed so far?
So,
Tell me, can you please revise?
the first one is offer acceptance must be absolute, unconditional, unqualified. Second one, acceptance must be communicated. The third one, acceptance must be in a prescribed mode and prescribed manner. The fourth one is an offer once rejected cannot be accepted until it is offered by the offerer.
Exactly. Clear?
In addition to that, proposal can't
Yes, ma'am.
prescribe the method of
The proposal cannot prescribe the method of refusal or rejection.
So next one is simple thing. Acceptance, as we have discussed yesterday, the types of offer, it can be either expressed or implied. Okay? Same way.
Yes.
Acceptance can be expressed or implied. If the person will make a call and tell to Mr. A that I am ready to buy your car, means it is expressed. If he will write a letter also, that is expressed. For example, if I will enter into the bus, when the bus conductor will come, what I will do? Automatically, I will take out 10 rupees and I will give to the conductor. So this is accepted, implied acceptance. So the acceptance which is either written or oral is called expressed acceptance. The acceptance which is done through the conduct of the parties means when the conductor will come to me, he is making an implied offer. If I am giving 10 rupees to him to purchase a ticket, it is implied acceptance. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So it's very simple. When the acceptance is given either orally or written, that is called implied acceptance. Oh, sorry, I expressed acceptance. When you do something, from your actions, we can understand that it is an acceptance. That is called implied acceptance.
Implied acceptance.
Next one.
General offer. General acceptance.
Exactly. See, next one. Mental acceptance is not an acceptance. Mental acceptance is not an acceptance. So what is the meaning of this one? Mental acceptance is not an acceptance means, see for example, when one person makes you an offer. When one person makes you an offer. So what actually the person, when you makes an offer, the person, Mr. A makes an offer to Mr. B. So Mr. B, actually he thought, okay, very good. He's selling his car for 10,000 rupees now. It's worthy. Because outside if I'll go and purchase, the car will be 20,000 rupees. But he's offering 10,000 rupees. Okay. So what happens? He discussed that with his wife. He discussed that he's with wife. You're able to understand now? You're able to follow now?
Now disclose.
Okay, see what happened. Mr. A makes an offer to Mr. B. Mr. B went to home and he discussed that he is with wife, that Mr. A wants to sell his car 10,000 rupees. Okay, we will buy the car because outside we are getting that for 20,000. We will buy the car. Okay, so when those people were talking, maid, Mr. B's maid, Nokrani, she will listen to that. She will listen to that, and next day she will go to Mr. A's house. She will work there also. So what happened? She will tell to Mr. B, yes, those people are accepted to purchase your car. I have listened when those two were discussing. No, I have listened. Okay? అర్థమవుతుందా?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
ఓకే,
ఇది అర్థమైంది మేడం, ఇద్దరు మాట్లాడు.
ఇది అర్థమైందని అన్నీ అర్థమైందని అలా అర్థమైతలేదని అననే అనొద్దు, అన్ని అర్థమవుతున్నాయి. కాంట్రాక్ట్ చెప్తే అర్థం కావాల్సింది అంతే. Okay, so the maid went to their house, Mr. A's house, and she informed Mr. A that husband and wife are talking, they are ready to purchase your car. So Mr. A, he was waiting that when Mr. B will come and say that I am ready to purchase your car and he will make the payment. So Mr. B did not come for second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. So what happened? Meanwhile, husband and wife, they sit together and they change their decision. They changed their decision. They decided, "Arey, why to take the second hand car? We will buy the new car only. We will take an installment." So they have decided only through their mind. Mentally, they have decided. Tell me, did they send a letter to Mr. A that they want to purchase a car? Did they make a call? Have they done it?
No.
Mentally they have decided, but you did not get any information about their acceptance. You didn't get a call, you didn't get a letter, you didn't get a telegram, WhatsApp message, nothing. You got this information from someone else. So later on, Mr. A went to the court and filed a case against Mr. B. He said that he was ready to purchase my car. He did a breach of duty. He did breach of contract. So the court said that, did you get any information about that? No, I didn't get any. So how can you say that if they decide mentally, that is not an acceptance unless you will get the communication. Here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have one excellent case, Powell versus Lee. See what happened in this case. Actually, one person makes an application for the post of school principal. Okay, one person makes an application for the post of school principal. He attended the interview. So there will be board meeting, committee will be there. No? Those committee will take the interview of that person. So he was sitting actually, and he was after his interview is over. So the board members decided that this candidate is good. He is like qualified with all the tests and he is giving answers well. So board members have taken the decision internally. They have taken the decision that we will call him tomorrow. Otherwise, we will send a mail to him. So meanwhile, what happens? One of the lecturer who was there, he went outside and gave that information to the person. Board members, you did well. You got appointed. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you are going to get the mail. You are appointed for the principal post. So after 1 week or 2 weeks, he did not get any mail or any intimation from the college. So what happened? He went and filed a case against the board committee members. So the board committee members said that mentally we have decided to offer this post to that person. But later on we changed our view. We have decided to give this post to someone else who is having more qualification or who is having more talent. So we have mentally decided, but from our side, we didn't send any communication to that person. So how can he say that we have done breach of contract? Understand?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Madam, tell me the case name, madam. Tell me the case name.
Yes, madam.
Powell versus Lee. Powell. Powell versus Lee. LEE. Okay.
POSS. Okay, madam. Thank you.
POWELL. POWELL. I'm sending a message. Check that.
Thank you, madam. Okay, madam.
Okay. Powell versus Lee. Taxation is a very common one. Shall I proceed? Next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
GST is taken by the state and GST is taken by the center also.
See, it's very important one. We have already done with this one. Just only to revise upon. An action without the knowledge of the proposal is no acceptance. An action without the knowledge of the proposal is no acceptance. Read the word once again. An action, if you do something without the knowledge of the proposal, you don't know that offer has been made, but you are acting on that one. So it is not a valid acceptance. You cannot say that you have accepted the proposal for which you don't know the offer. You're understanding now? So can you give me the example for this one?
Can you repeat once? An action without the?
An action without the knowledge of the proposal. An action without the knowledge of the proposal is no acceptance. An action without the knowledge of the proposal is no acceptance. Rajeshwari, what happened?
Ma'am, if a person starts issuing something like purchasing a bike, not purchasing, so selling a bike to other person without knowing to other, the main person comes under it, I think.
షాప్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఒక థింగ్ చూస్తాం కదా, అబ్బా దాని మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపెడతాం బాగా, బట్ వేరియస్ రీజన్స్ మనం ఎఫోర్డ్ చేయలేకపోవడం, లేకపోతే మనకు వేరే సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ ఉండటం వల్ల మనం దాన్ని పర్చేజ్ చేయాలి. ఇన్ దట్ కండిషన్ వీ కాంట్ ట్రీట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఏ యాక్సెప్టెన్స్.
ఓకే, యాక్చువల్గా దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎవరో ఆఫర్ ఇచ్చారండి, వాళ్ళ కుక్క పోయింది, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుందాం. లాల్మన్ శుక్లా వర్సెస్ గౌరీ దత్ కేసు తెలుసు కదా, గుర్తుంది కదా, యు ఆల్ నో అబౌట్ దట్.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what not only if you Lalman Shukla that case, what happened?
Reward of 501.
He was searching for the boy actually.
Boy, yes. And meanwhile the offer was made in the newspaper regarding reward.
Change the signature. Okay. See what is the thing that when the person he was actually searching for the boy, he don't know about the offer which has been made by his owner. His owner made an offer that who will going to search for the boy, I'll pay the $10,000 as a reward. So tell me, he's acting on something when he doesn't know what is a proposal which is made by the offerer. So later on you cannot go and ask the person that pay me the 10,000 reward, because you don't know the offer at the time you are doing the work. So this is what meaning of that one. An action without the knowledge of the proposal is no acceptance. How can you say that I have accepted for something which you don't know the offer? అంటే తెలియని దానికోసం నేను యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ చేశానంటే ఎట్లా కుదురుతుంది? ముందు మీకు తెలియాలి, అసలు ఆఫర్ ఏంటో తెలియాలి, దానికే మీరు యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ ఇస్తారు. కానీ ఆఫరే తెలియనప్పుడు తర్వాత వచ్చిన యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ ఇచ్చిన అంటే అది ఎట్లా కుదురుతుంది? అర్థమైందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So if you do something without knowing the offer, that is not an acceptance. Okay? Got it?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Next one, acceptance must be made before the lapse or withdrawal of an offer. Withdrawal means, see, Mr. A told to Mr. B that if you are ready to purchase my bike for 10,000 rupees, give me your acceptance within 1 week. 1 week means how many days?
7.
7 days.
Basically,
Seven.
time frame. Time frame.
Time frame. The time limit is specified. So what he did, he gave his acceptance on 9th day. Tell me, is it a valid acceptance?
No, madam.
See, from the point of view offerer, if he want to give, that is well and good. From your side, it is not a valid acceptance, because the person clearly specified the time limit. He said that if you are not going to give your acceptance within 1 week, I think that it's almost after 1 week automatically the offer is said to be terminated. It's said to be closed. There is no offer for you. So when the time is specified, the acceptance should be given within the time specified. That's it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, point repeat చేయండి మేడం, ఒకసారి రాసుకోండి.
Ma'am, then in this case, again he has to make the offer to the offeree, right?
If you make an offer, then you give the acceptance. But from the point of your time limit, the offer is over.
Okay, ma'am.
కౌన్సిలింగ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వెళ్ళినట్టు ఉంటుంది.
అంతే. Acceptance must be made before the lapse of an offer. Before the lapse of a time limit, like lapse of an offer or withdrawal of an offer. ఒకవేళ 3 వాడు అన్నాడు అనుకోండి, 1 week time he gave, but after 3 days he made a call and said that no, I'm not interested to sell my bike to you because someone is ready to buy my bike for 20,000 rupees. So here what is telling, either you have to give before the time limit or before the withdrawal. అంటే వాడంతలో వాడు వద్దు నీకు అమ్మని అనేంత లోపలనే యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వాలి, లేకపోతే వాడు ఇచ్చిన టైం లోపలనే యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. క్లియర్?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So the next one and the last one, I think we have discussed 9 points, isn't it?
This is 9th one, ma'am.
Last point is very, very important. Who can accept the offer? Means who can give the acceptance? Who can accept the offer? Who can accept the offer? See, when we have discussed about the types of offer, general offer and specific offer. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever the offer is made to general offer, offer is general offer, it can be accepted by anyone, ఎవరైనా acceptance చేయొచ్చు.
Large.
At a large, it can be. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
When it is a specific offer, it has to be given by the person to whom the offer is made. ఎవరికైతే కిస్కో आप ऑफर देते हैं, that person only has to give the acceptance. Yes or no? Do you accept it or not? See, if it is a general offer, it can be accepted. If the advertisement is given in the newspaper, acceptance can be given by anyone. You have to accept. వాడు వచ్చి చెప్పాడు అనుకోండి, you said that if you are going to buy the saree from our shop, we will give discount of 20 rupees. We will discount on 1,000 rupees on each saree. So this can be accepted by anyone. వాడి ఇష్టం acceptance ఎవడనే చేయొచ్చు. But when it is a specific offer, Act is clearly telling that acceptance should be come from the party to whom the offer is made. आप किसको ऑफर करते हैं, वो पार्टी ही आपको acceptance देना. Otherwise, it is not a valid acceptance. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you one case related. Bolton versus Jones. I'll write in the message. Bolton versus Jones. It's a very good example. See, I'll tell you what happens in this case. Actually, one business is there. Manager, what happened? He's not able to run the business. Manager of a business. So he sold actually he is the owner. He is the owner of the business. Mr. Imad will take the names. Mr. A is the owner. Mr. A is the owner and Mr. B is working in as a manager in his business from last 10 years or 20 years, imagine. So Mr. A told to Mr. B that I cannot run my business. I want to sell to someone. So Mr. B said that I already have the experience of working with you. Please sell the business to me only. I will run the business. So okay, no problem. So Mr. A sold his business to his manager only. So here his manager is Bolton. Okay, his manager is Bolton. So Bolton, now tell me who was the real owner first? Mr. A was the real owner. Now he sold the business to Bolton. Who is the owner now?
Bolton.
Bolton. B or Bolton, whatever it may be. So what happened? He actually sold the business, but no one has the information about this one. So Jones, he is actually the customer of Mr. A's business. He is actually the old customer. So what happened? He placed an order. He sent an order for supply of raw material. He sent an order to he gave to whom he made the offer to whom? He made the offer to real owner, first owner. He sent an order. I want 10,000 kgs of rice. He said that. So here he sent a letter with the name of original owner, first owner, Mr. A. So owner is changed now. Yes or no? Owner is changed.
Yes.
Now Mr. Bolton, he received the order. So what he did? He sent 10,000 of kgs of rice to Jones. He accepted the order. He sent the order. Okay. He accepted and he sent the order. So after receiving this 10,000 kgs of rice, Jones, he comes to know about that Bolton. He comes to know that he is not the real owner. So he refused to make the payment. He said that I will not make the payment. So Jones went to the court and said that filed a case against. Bolton went to the court and filed a case against Jones. He said that I sent 10,000 kgs of rice, but now he is not making the payment. So the court said, Jones said, I made an offer to Mr. A, who was the original owner. I don't know anything about you. I don't know you became the owner. You should have informed me about your change of ownership. So to whom I gave the offer should be accepted by the person only, because it is a specific offer. Why you accepted? Why you send me the material? You would have told me that I'm not Mr. A, I'm Mr. B, ownership got changed. But you have cheated me by not sending the real information. So when I made the offer not to you, how can you give the acceptance? I made the offer to Mr. A, acceptance should come from Mr. A only, not from Mr. B. Clear?
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Which is related to communicated. I mean, he has to communicate.
He has to communicate. It means that if I made an offer to you, Mr. Shravan, acceptance should come from you only. Why someone has to give the acceptance? If I will accept only if you say yes to my proposal, you should give me the information. If the acceptance will come from someone, why? It's not an acceptance. I'll not accept that acceptance at all.
Right.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are all what called essentials of a valid acceptance, which we have discussed and which are very important. Compared to offer, acceptance is only important. Okay, whatever the points that we have revised, just go through them and try to recall the examples. Bolton versus Jones, Power versus Lee, very good examples. So tomorrow we are going to do revocation of offer and acceptance.
After tomorrow, ma'am. Day after tomorrow. Must be tomorrow,
Yes.
must be holiday.
Day after tomorrow. We won't break. Tomorrow, not day after tomorrow. So 26th January. No?
Yes, ma'am.
So okay, just go through the points, whatever we have discussed, offer and acceptance, essential valid contract, which are very, very important. As I told you, this will carry more than 20 marks. It will fetch you 20 marks.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, no doubts, ma'am. So far we have discussed.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.